Hey, hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is Darth Sinovia here, back with another review on the Star Wars Expanded Universe. This time, we're going back to New Jedi Order. If you watch my other video, but before this, you know which one I'm reviewing: Destiny's Way. Which, at this point, we're getting to the turning point of this series. Also, at this point, we're actually heading towards the climax. A lot of stuff that we do learn some things about the Yuuzhan Vong that we did not learn before. Apparently, they're not as invincible as the reader is led to believe to this point. It seemed like every victory they had seemed like overwhelmingly, but even the Vong's resources are stretched to its limits, and this book actually gets into that. And this book also, we get to see Jacen Solo reunite with his family. And kind of see how much he's changed since the events of the book Traitor. Admiral Akbar plays a small role in here. And if you're curious to know, this book takes place in roughly about over a 3-month period. Spoiler alert for this book: the Vong suffered through a huge defeat in this. And there's a lot of stuff that's mentioned in here that's foreshadowing events that will happen in the next few books of the series. Also, you learn a bit more about V'Ger, which she's an interesting character, but I wish we know more about her. But yeah, I can't really talk about much without spoiling the story of this book. I will say this: the way this book's ending pretty much makes me want to read the next one, but I have to restrain myself considering I have other reviews I have planned. Anyway, now what do I honestly think of this book? I think it was great. Actually, a lot of stuff happened. The pacing was nice, and this is one of the few books that barely focused on the big three. I mean, Han Solo and Leia and Luke were barely in it. It was mainly Jacen. And it was good, because Jacen, up until this point, he barely had a main role in any of these stories. So it was a good thing that we finally actually see him in that. And we also see Jaina struggling with her inner darkness that she's been struggling with since the events of Dark Journey. And so the best aspect about this book is the characters, like it is in most of these books. But it's just the scenes of with Jacen and Jaina. It's obvious these two love each other very much. I mean, they're brother and sister and all, but it's just the tragedy that's inevitably gonna happen later in the expanded universe with the Legacy of the Force series. It is weird seeing this is what Jacen was before he became Darth Caius. I never read Legacy of the Force. I'm reading this in chronological order, to seeing these characters, develop as this series progresses. I mean, this is a pretty damn good book, and this series has not really let me down. I'm really looking forward to reading the end of this series. We're getting close to that. We got, let's see, about 5 books to go if you don't count the ebook, which takes place after this, between this and the Forced Heretic trilogy. We have about 5 books to go, and we're very close to the climax. Very soon, we will be done with this. It's really weird. I'm almost done with the New Jedi Order series. I just can't believe it. Not that many books to go now. I've been reading this series since August of last year, and now it's towards almost the end of March, and I'm almost done. Anyway, guys, this is Darth Sinovia here, over and out. And what would you like me to do for my 20th episode of this series? Would you like me to branch off and do something different and review a comic book in the expanded universe, or do you want me to review that piece of shit Dawn of the Jedi Into the Void? You decide. But you only have 1 week because I'll choose for you, but you have a chance to choose the 20th episode of this series. May the Force be with you, always.